I've been needing to rethink my yard for a while now. It was getting out of hand, kind of boring, and honestly, I wanted to grow more of my own food without tearing up the yard, plus make the whole space more designed. I needed something that looks great, makes gardening feel manageable, and actually makes me want to garden again. So when I found out about Vago Garden's raised beds, I was all in. In the backyard, I got to removing my deteriorating and small raised planter so I could replace it with the sky blue classic planter. These aren't your average garden setups. They're made from high quality aloe zinc metal, which means no warping and no rotting. Just solid, durable beds designed to last for years. Plus, they look really great, like I'm not hiding them behind a shed grate. Putting them together? Way easier than one might guess. These panels are modular, so it's like building with oversized, stylish puzzle pieces. And the aloe zinc metal is built to last, a strong, weather-resistant material. I was really getting excited about my garden as I was assembling, especially since assembly is as fast and easy as a screw, a nut, and the enclosed wrench. Also enclosed in the kit is edge banding for safety. Everything arrived well packed with crystal clear instructions, and honestly, it was a joy just opening these up, which is not something I normally say about assembly required anything. The round bed came together quickly too, no power tools needed. What I really appreciate is that these beds feel thought out. The height, 17 inches, makes a big difference in accessibility, and the clean lines work in both modern and classic garden spaces. And both beds were up and ready to go in under an hour, so I planted the sky blue classic planter with my lettuces straight away. Whether you've got a tiny city backyard, a patio, or a bigger suburban yard, Vago gives you options that are practical and beautiful. Plus, I love that I can grow what I want, where I want, even in a tight space. Once I got the beds placed, I filled them with the terrific garden bed mix they sent and started planting. The round one is perfect for my veggies and flowers, while I filled the midnight blue modern planter with curb appeal glory. Vago even has terrific gardening tools and accessories. The garden bag's been a workhorse, sturdy, roomy, and perfect for hauling everything I need. Their 9-pattern spray nozzle is a solid workhorse too. It's durable, simple to switch the watering patterns, and nice to hold. The lever to turn the sprayer on is smooth and easy. And to keep things growing without the hassle, be sure to get their smart watering timer, which will make daily care easier than ever. Installation is a breeze, and the multitudes of options for watering schedules are outstanding. Watering is truly effortless now. The smart watering timer also has options for delaying if rain is in the forecast and also allows you to water manually as well. Between the planters, the sprayer, the smart watering timer, and the handy garden bag, I cannot tell you how much this setup has simplified my routine. I am seriously impressed with these beds. They've completely transformed my yard, not just visually, but functionally. My neighbors are already asking where I got them. If you've been wanting to grow your own food and dress up your curb appeal but didn't know where to start, Vago Garden is the way to go. Be sure to use the code HOMETALK5OFF for 5% off at checkout at vagogarden.com and get your garden going in the right direction with style. Thanks, Vago, for sponsoring this video.
So I'm going to take a measurement from the end of this fascia board down to the ground. I headed off to my local dollar store and picked up terracotta pots, and my husband picked up chain for me at the hardware store. The design I opted for was a pot and then 4 wood beads hanging below. To prepare the wires for the beads, use a pair of needle nose pliers and create a little circle. The chain is going to loop through the circle, so don't make it too tight. How you are going to determine the spacing is you're going to take the distance of where you want the rain chain to start all the way to the ground. You will have to determine how far into the pot you want them to connect and add that extra distance to come up with the amount of chain you will need. It's time for assembly. Take one piece of wire and put the smallest bead on first, not the largest like I started to do. Then add the other beads. Next, put the wire through the bottom of the pot and bend it over slightly. Add a piece of chain and secure the wire so the chain won't slip off. Repeat until you have all the pots in place. Now it's time to hang your rain chains. They look so cute and add so much charm to my greenhouse. Look at that, they are working perfectly, and listen to how nice they sound.
You'll want to head to the nearest store to pick up a cute outdoor carpet after seeing this fabulous summertime hack. I love sitting outdoors in my yard. However, I have an open section of chain link fence that doesn't offer the privacy I desire. So here's how I got all the privacy I wanted in just a few minutes without building anything at all. I'm positioning the carpet against the fence, then I'm slightly separating the carpet weave to create a gap. Then I'm threading the zip ties through the carpet and attaching it to the fence. I chose to roll the carpet at the bottom of the fence in case I'd like to eventually move it to another location. Each corner is getting some zip ties, along with a few along the sides and top to ensure the carpet is pulled nice and taut. Each of the zip tie ends are now being trimmed off with scissors. With plenty of zip ties in place, this carpet is here to stay, and super easy to remove when desired too. Here's hoping this carpet hack gave you some added inspiration to add an easy privacy screen to your own yard in just a few minutes.
I picked up 2 1x4 boards and some nylon rope from my local store. First, I cut them down to required lengths using a miter saw and then ripped each piece to 1.5 inches wide. If you don't have a table saw, you can skip this step by using standard 1x2 boards. Next, I sanded everything smooth, rounding off the edges for a smoother look and feel. Once that was done, I laid out the pieces side by side to form a semicircle. Then I marked reference lines where I needed to drill the holes for the rope. One by one, I drilled all the way through each piece, making sure the holes were wide enough to thread the rope easily. For the finish, I chose 2 shades of wood stain designed for outdoor furniture and decks. After mixing the stain thoroughly, I applied the first coat using a foam applicator. You can also use a brush made for staining. Since this scabbard stain has a built-in sealer, it's perfect for outdoor use. After everything was dry, I arranged the pieces back in order and got ready to assemble. I cut 5 sets of nylon rope, each about 3 times the length I needed for a row. To make threading easier, I wrapped some painter's tape around the ends and lightly burned them to prevent fraying. I started by threading the first rope through the first wooden piece, then did the same with the second rope, pulling them all the way through and leaving about 3 inches on one side. To secure it, I tied a knot on the shorter end and 2 knots on the other side of the wood. Each time I made a knot, I made sure it was tight. One by one, I continued threading each piece, tying 2 knots between every wood strip to keep them secure. I repeated this process across all 5 rows of rope, ensuring everything stayed in place. Finally, I secured the last piece with the final knot and lightly burned the edges of the rope to prevent fraying. Once all the wood strips were connected with the rope, I attached a wooden support to the flat bottom side of the semicircle using wood glue and secured it with nails. As a final touch, I added these self-adhesive rubber gripper pads on the underside. This will help keep the mat from sliding and prevent direct contact with the ground. And that's it. Now I have a beautiful, functional and unique wooden doormat for my front door.